Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe at home. So guys, in my last video I said that I'll make a video on how to dry soil faster. Now as we all know that watering is not the main reason behind succulents dying, but it is the amount of moisture that is left in the soil for a longer period of time, due to which the succulents have a high chance of getting rotted. So in this video we will see what are the things that can help us dry the soil faster. Now guys, whatever I'm presenting in this video does not mean that what I'm doing is right and what you are doing is wrong. Each have their own way of growing succulents, but this is something that I have practiced over the years and I have got results out of it. Hence I thought I will share this video with you. Now there are 4 important things that can help you dry your soil faster. The first important thing is the soil itself. So whenever you're preparing any kind of succulent soil mix, ensure that you make the soil mix very gritty, porous and loose. Now if you want to know more about the soil mix that I use, I'll be putting up the link in the description. You can definitely check the video out. Now I do not use any compost or coco peat in my succulent soil mix because these materials tend to retain the moisture and prevents the soil from drying faster. I tend to use aquarium sand and a very little percentage of garden soil, which makes my soil dry faster. Now apart from the soil, there is another important thing, and that's the material of pot. Now I always advise people to go for earthen pots like unglazed clay pots, terracotta pots, concrete pots or even papercrete pots. Now these pots are basically porous in nature, meaning that they have very small tiny pores in them, which allows the soil to breathe, which allows the air to pass through and keeps the soil cool and dry. Now apart from this, the earthen pots also have a very good benefit, that is they do not tend to get heated much as compared to the plastic or ceramic pots. These pots tend to remain relatively cool in summer. Apart from that, whenever there is any excess moisture present in the soil, because these pots or these earthen pots are very porous in nature, they tend to absorb that excess moisture from the soil, keeping the soil dry, keeping the soil free of moisture. And also the pot does not tend to get heated up. So you have 2 benefits. One is pulling out the excess moisture from the soil and keeping the succulent cool. So the third point is giving your succulent direct morning sunlight. Now guys, giving direct morning sunlight will help the succulent to remain compact. It will prevent the succulent from stretching. Apart from that, morning direct sunlight will help to dry the soil faster. Now that does not mean that indirect sunlight will not dry the soil. It will, but as compared to full morning direct sunlight, it's going to be slightly slow. However, the type of combination that we have, the gritty soil and earthen pots, so this morning direct sunlight will give an extra helping hand with drying the soil faster. So do not place your succulents indoor unless you're using grow lights. Always ensure that if you have a good source of direct morning sunlight, please make the best use of it. And if you do not receive morning direct sunlight and if you receive only afternoon direct sunlight, you can definitely use that sunlight as well. But you have to take one precaution, that is you'll have to either use a shade cloth or a green net to protect the succulents from strong direct sunlight. So this is another point that is going to help you dry your soil faster. So the last one is climate. This is something that we do not have control over, but the 3 important things that we discussed, that is the soil, the earthen pots and the amount of sunlight, will help in drying the soil faster. So this completely depends upon the individual, how he's going to take care in different climates. And the most important thing is you need to have control over watering. So in different seasons, you're going to have a different watering schedule. So let's do a quick experiment between the 2 different types of soil. On my right hand side, I have a regular garden soil which I'll be using in this plastic pot. And on my left hand side, I have my aquarium sand with garden soil, which is going to go into the concrete pot. Now I know a lot of you already know what's going to happen next, which soil is going to dry faster and which will not. But this experiment was very important because a lot of people tend to ask me, why is it important to change the soil once you buy your succulents from nursery? Now over here, the type of garden soil that I'm using is only pure garden soil. There is no coco peat, there is no compost. So let's start the experiment. I will cover the drain holes with a lot of rocks so that the soil does not flow through, and then I'll start filling the pot with my regular garden soil. So let's do the same thing with the concrete pot as well. Important thing, cover the drain hole and start filling the sand. So guys, as we have always heard about this, that the soil has to be well draining, the soil has to be well draining. Now guys, even the regular garden soil is going to be well draining. There is no issue with that. But in the later part of the video, you will be able to understand why it's important not to use a regular garden soil in large quantities. Now over here, I completely forgot to switch on the record button and I happened to water the left pot. But however, you can see it was nothing much that you missed. It was just watering and the water has started to leave the pot. We will do the same thing with the garden soil as well. Now you can see even the garden soil is going to drain well. This is where a lot of people get confused. They think that the soil is well draining means that the soil is fine for the succulent to grow. However guys, because there is a drain hole, the water will drain out fast. But over the period of time, the same garden soil, that is the pure garden soil, will start to get hardened. Now you will see in the next video, because I'm going to leave this pots, both the pots, to dry under full direct sunlight, and we will get a fair idea about how it works. So after 2 days letting the soil dry in the sun, right now you can see the lighting in this video is slightly dim. It's because it is very cloudy and it is going to rain anytime soon. So quickly I wanted to show you this experiment. Now over here you can see the garden soil. It doesn't look like it's even dried a bit. On the other hand, my aquarium sand and garden soil mixture looks quite loose. It looks like the upper layer of soil is completely dried. It is free flowing, it is moving, it is not getting compact, but we need to check how it's beneath. Now guys, let me quickly turn around the pot of the garden soil. I doubt that it is dried up. Now guys, the moment I check, I can see that the soil is very dense. In fact, it is already turned compact. You can see this is how the nursery soil also tends to look. Now let's check the aquarium sand. Now you can see guys, this is very free flowing, and you can see even the soil beneath looks quite dry. Overall, you can see even after drying, the soil is very loose, porous. It is not getting compact and it is very free flowing. Now this is the type of soil that you would need to have for your succulents. Now guys, the cloudy weather cannot be an excuse for the soil not drying, because this is going to be a common case during the monsoon season. So the soil on my left, you can see even with the cloudy weather as well, the soil is completely dry. This is the stone that we had put at the bottom of the drain hole, and you can see the entire soil is pat dry. Now definitely it's up to you, which one would you choose? Would you choose a soil that is dense and compact, or would you like to go with the soil that's free flowing, loose and tends to dry faster? So these were the few things that are going to help you dry your soil faster. Now definitely we do not have control over climate, but we definitely have control over our watering. So according to your climate and season, you'll have to do your watering. If you have a cooler climate, reduce your watering. If your climate is warmer, you'll have to increase the frequency a little bit. Again, the sunlight part, it depends. Some people tend to receive full morning direct sunlight, some people do not receive much sunlight. Again, according to the amount of sunlight, you'll have to water your succulents. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.